In the calm, chilly air of a late November morning in Washington, D.C., a normal day turned into a national shockwave. Only a short walk from the White House, one of the most guarded and symbolic places in the United States, too, National Guard members were carrying out routine security duties. They were young, committed, and part of the team assigned to bolster security around the area due to recent political events and holiday activity. But in an instant, peace dissolved. A gunman, identified as an Afghan-national living in the U.S., approached the security post. According to investigators, the attack appeared sudden, deliberate, and devastatingly swift. Before anyone could react, gunfire erupted. The two National Guard members were struck multiple times. Officers nearby rushed toward the sound, and within seconds, chaos spread across the usually calm federal district. Sirens echoed, pedestrians ducked for cover, Secret Service barriers snapped into shutdown mode. Medical teams fought desperately to stabilize the victims. But, despite the incredible efforts of responders, the two guardsmen were later pronounced dead. Their deaths sent a deep, painful tremor across the country. The shooting didn't just end two lives, it immediately detonated a political, emotional, and national security firestorm. Within minutes, social media platforms were ablaze with speculation. By afternoon, the story had overtaken every news channel. And by evening, America was officially in a new chapter of debate, fear, anger, and confusion. Questions began pouring in faster than authorities could answer them. How did the suspect obtain a weapon? Was he known to authorities before this? How did he pass background checks? Was the immigration system too lenient or too overwhelmed to catch warning signs? Politicians from both sides of the aisle didn't wait to weigh in. The event instantly reignited one of the most explosive debates in modern American society: immigration vetting and national security. Supporters of stricter immigration measures pointed to the shooting as proof that current systems were failing, arguing that more intense screening, tighter asylum rules, and harsher deportation standards were urgently needed. Everything from visa approvals, refugee processing, and asylum hearings suddenly came under a magnifying glass. On the other side, immigrant rights advocates offered a fierce response. They warned against blaming entire communities for the actions of one individual. They stressed that millions of immigrants live peacefully, contribute deeply to the country, and should not be judged through the lens of tragedy. They urged Americans to resist fear-driven policy and instead push for smarter, not harsher, security systems. Meanwhile, federal agencies scrambled to investigate the attacker's background, how he entered the U.S., what his immigration status was, and whether there were flags that authorities overlooked. Every detail had to be examined, not just for justice, but because policy decisions would soon be built on those findings. Security around Washington, D.C. immediately tightened. Streets near the White House were temporarily closed. Military personnel were reassigned, new federal warnings were issued. The sense of vulnerability was unmistakable. But beyond the politics, beyond the debates, the heart of the story remains human. Two families received the most devastating news any family can hear. Two service members who stood watch to protect others had their lives cut short in a moment of senseless violence. Their colleagues mourned, their hometowns mourned, and across the nation, people paused to take in the gravity of what happened. As the investigation continues, one thing is certain: this single event has shaped the national conversation in a powerful way. It has influenced immigration policy discussions, security reforms, and public sentiment. It has reminded the country that even in the most protected spaces, danger can strike, and that every policy, every system, and every oversight is part of a much larger question about how to keep a nation safe. This news is coming to you from America T News.